Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
I haven't talked to him.
Okay.
I talk to Victor when I see him around in the locker room, things like that. Things like that. I'm not one to, have a real close personal relationship with players.
Right.
Now I kind of try to stay out of their way, but knowing Victor, I know that he's got to be really disappointed because he's a competitor. He wants to get out there and play no matter what. And I know this because I've seen him play hurt. I've seen him play sick. I know right now that he's got to be absolutely devastated.
It's got to be tough, like the psyche of the team, because the Pop news obviously was devastating. We're all bummed about that, but all the news seems to be good that he's coming back. But and now the Wemby stuff. Like, what is this? Nobody asked for this.
God, it's like that year of 96, 97 where everybody's hurt and we get Timmy Duncan out of it.
Turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it turned out
Everybody
pretty well.
was hurt.
Yeah, so, it's just one of those things. I mean, look at what's happening around with other teams around the league. You get snake bitten for a little while. I think that our guys, the mentality is next man up. You're going to go out there. You're still going to battle.
Hi team, shout out to running back for this clip. Link to the whole video is going to be down in the description. They actually got Sean Elliott on the podcast, so y'all be sure to check it out. I'm probably going to watch the whole thing after I record. Devastating news, man. Obviously y'all have heard it. Wemby is out for the season with deep vein thrombosis or thrombosis, however you say it. And this has just been a bad season, man. We have 24 wins on the season. Not talking like from a basketball perspective. I'm just talking about like in general. You have Popovich go out in November. Now you have Wemby go out for the season. And these are just not even like just basketball injuries. They're real life-threatening situations where you just want everyone to be healthy. And so my thoughts, my prayers are sent to Popovich, Wemby. I don't really know what much to say other than it just sucks, It sucks. You got to make the best out of the situation. Like Sean Elliott said, there are chances to get a better pick. There are chances that the Spurs make good out of this situation. But just living in it in real time right now, I can't say anything other than this sucks. So obviously, I'm not a doctor. So shout out to Sam Amick. Y'all go ahead and give him a follow. Per sources to The Athletic, Victor Wembanyama had experienced low energy lately that was causing concern. And we all saw it on the defensive end. The impact was kind of slipping a little bit. We saw him just get completely gassed on the court where he wasn't even going after the same blocks we would see him go after. And so that raised question, what's wrong with Wemby? Is he still sick? Because, he had a sickness like a couple weeks ago that we thought was impacting his energy levels, but it turns out is actually something way worse, the deep vein thrombosis, I don't know how to say it. So this is explaining the energy levels, but it's just something that's pretty scary. When he had low energy levels at All-Star Weekend and through his 2-day vacation after it, the test began that ultimately uncovered the deep vein thrombosis. The Spurs are very confident that he'll be healthy and ready at the start of next season. So that is good news. I believe they caught it early to where the clot has not traveled or anything, thank God, but this means that he should be ready for next season. Now, we have seen this health condition in a couple of players. Most recently last season, I think it was Asar Thompson who had the blood clot to where he had to miss the rest of the season. He's come back healthy and he hasn't had any signs of anything like that. Another player, Brandon Ingram, earlier on in his career, he also had DVT and he had to miss the whole season, but he came back and has ultimately been pretty healthy. So if you're taking anything with this injury, take that. There have been players to come back from this and they have been healthy. So this is not looking like a career-ending injury for Wemby or health concern. I'm not even going to say injury because they're just not, it's not an injury. So thankfully the Spurs medical staff were able to catch this and sit him down, and hopefully he'll bounce back stronger than ever. Another thing that's just heartbreaking, just moments after the Wemby injury announcement, Jaren Jackson Jr. becomes the new favorite to win DPOY. This is Wemby's second defensive player of the year robbed from him. Me personally, I've never had a true opinion on the 65 game rule until it impacted Wemby right here, right now. And I'm not going to come up here and say I don't like the rule because it makes sense, but it's just heartbreaking, man. First, you have in his rookie year where they don't give him the DPOY because he's on a bad defensive team, which I don't get. It's the defensive player of the year, and he was the best defensive player of the year last season and this season. So it's just things like that that are unfortunate. This season he's the odds-on favorite. They basically had his name engraved in the trophy, like he was going to win this award. And then he goes out with this health concern, which is just really unfortunate. So who do y'all got for DPOY? Personally, maybe they should give it to Evan Mobley or something. Wemby still has a 5% chance, even though he's not gonna come back the rest of the season. That's pretty insane. He has the same chance as Dyson Daniels to win it. I probably got Evan Mobley just because they're a great team this season and they got to give someone an award from there, I'm guessing. Maybe they could give it to OKC like Lou Dort or something because that defense has been insane. As y'all know, the Spurs won their game against Phoenix last night. I was going to go over that, but I just think this is way more important. So we're going to see what Chris Paul has to say about Victor Wembanyama and him being out for the season. So let's just go ahead and take a look, see what he has to say.
Right after the game, his first text message, you know what I mean? So, like I said, his presence, his energy is bigger than what he does on the court. And we're going to miss him.
Man, so Wemby was watching the game. He saw us put that belt on the Phoenix Suns. Nah, I'm kidding. The win, it didn't feel the same without Wemby. I'm not going to lie. Like, we won, but did we really win? At the end of the day, did we really win? For CP3 to say we miss him off the court just as much as on the court is saying a lot because him as a basketball player is insane. So what Chris Paul is getting at is just Victor as a person. And we don't know him personally, but just from what we see from a distance, I could kind of infer that Victor Wembanyama is a great human being. So, like again, just prayers for him. Prayers for a healthy return. Basketball aside, just want him to be healthy. Other than that, the question has risen, what should the Spurs do? Do they tank it out? Do they try to win the rest of the season? And, I mean, I don't really know. What do y'all think? Yeah, we're on Tankathon. So the Spurs are right now have the 10th best odds along with the 11th from Atlanta's. A 5% chance to get the number 1 pick and around a 22% chance to 23% chance to get a top 4 pick, which isn't bad if you think about it. If we could snoop down a little bit lower and get some higher chances at a good pick, that would be nice. I know De'Aaron Fox needs surgery on his finger, so the Spurs could possibly just sit him down and get that surgery faster and maybe tank a little bit more. Then I kind of wonder what Chris Paul's thinking. Does he want to come back another season and be that backup point guard again? Me personally, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I would actually like Chris Paul to come back, be the backup point guard again, and get a whole season, hopefully, with the whole team. And this season has just been injury riddled. You know, we saw Sohan miss some time. We saw Vassell miss the beginning of the season, which a big chunk, probably around like 20 games or so. Pop's been out, and now Wemby goes out. So, I mean, the Spurs just got to try to make something good of this. Maybe you do just tank it out. Even if they don't tank at all and they just try to win every game, I don't think they're going to be good enough without Wemby to get above any of these teams like Phoenix or Golden State to make the play-in. So really, just let me know what y'all guys are thinking. Personally, I don't have an opinion yet because I don't think even if they try to win, they're not going to go anywhere. But if they tank, they're not going to catch some of these teams that are over here like Charlotte and Washington. But they could snoop down a little bit lower and get some better odds. So they could get under Portland, maybe Chicago, Brooklyn, Philadelphia. So let me know what y'all think. If there's any more news, I'll be here dropping some bangers. As always, be sure to leave a like, comment. Until then, it's me and boy Chris, and I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.